Yes. Thank you very much. I am going to talk about the problem of aporophobia, resection of the poor. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for allowing me to participate in this workshop, whose aim is to design proposals to construct a world based on justice and solidarity after presenting a diagnosis of the situation. As my intervention has been included in the panel of diagnosis, I will refer to a pathology that is both personal and social at the same time, which infringes upon human dignity and endangers democratic life. Its name is aporophobia. A word composed of two Greek terms, aporos, without resources, indigent, helpless, and phobia, fear, mistrust, even hate. It is constructed through analogy with terms such as xenophobia, but it is more radical and cross-cutting than them. It is present in all countries and throughout history. Foreigners are not rejected if they are tourists or if they make large investments in a country or if they are elite athletes or singers. Those who are rejected are poor immigrants or political refugees who try to cross the Mediterranean to the point where the European Union has been unable to find a human solution for them. The poor are rejected. The poor who do not seem to have anything interesting to offer in exchange. The most vulnerable ones in any situation, even those from the actual family. The word aporophobia, written with an F in Spanish, has existed in the dictionary of the Spanish language since 2017, and it was declared Word of the Year of the Fundeo del Español Urgente Foundation for its capacity to transform reality. Because social pathologies must have a name to make them visible, to identify them and take up a stance against them. Two main issues regarding these pathologies: what are the causes, and do we want to reinforce them or, in contrast, deactivate them? Describing the causes or reasons for rejecting the poor would take much longer than the time available to us today, but we can at least name two essential causes that are closely associated with each other: a bioanthropological cause and a social cause. With respect to the bioanthropological cause, buoyant currents of evolutionary anthropology show that we human beings are reciprocal animals, homo reciprocans. Human rationality does not consist of just maximizing individual or group benefit at any expense, but above all, of reciprocating, of being willing to give for the sake of receiving from the same person to whom one gives or from others. This is the game of indirect reciprocity, which explains the success of contractualist societies governed by the change principle. This is the key of the rule of law, modern economy, and social life. We are ideologically prepared to cooperate with those who are necessary to us to be able to survive and prosper. And it is true that cooperation is more intelligent than the egotistical maximization of benefit. Generating allies is more intelligent than generating adversaries. But what happens in contractualist societies with those who do not seem to have any interest in to give in exchange? The poor, the excluded, the powerless, the handicapped, the mentally sick, illegal immigrants, los desechables, the homeless, the refugees, those who in any sphere of social life, not only in economic life, lack sufficient power to return the goods that are exchanged in it, which may be money, favors, votes, support to win elections, honors, or recognitions. The most vulnerable in every situation. Even the gift economy that Marcel Mauss talked about, l'économie du don, is based on the change of presence. This is the biological and social breeding ground of aporophobia, rooted in our brains and in our societies. But above all, it is underpinned by a deceit, by a deformed and deforming ideology of reality, the ideology that assures we are isolated individuals who can only be united through contracts, when the truth is that we are people in a relationship united by a bond which we can weaken or strengthen, but not ignore. Strengthening the bond of intersubjectivity is gaining in humanity. Weakening it is becoming dehumanized. When all things considered, all human beings have something valuable to offer, and it is the blindness of the well-off that prevents them from discovering it. What can we do? 3 paths at least are unavoidable in the 21st century. Eradicating economic poverty, which is possible, and it is a matter of justice. Promoting institutions that will reduce inequalities at a local and global level. Educating in justice and compassion, in the ability to include all, but especially the most vulnerable, and discovering with clean and lucid eyes what valuable things each person can offer, even though it is not in exchange. This is the manner in which aporophobia can be deactivated. We have given it a name, now we must put an end to it. Thank you very much.